Got a new boss coming in there.
Hopefully he stays.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to call to order the Twin New York Industrial Development Authority Board of Directors meeting. This is November 17th, 2023. It's 10:08 a.m. We are going to start with the approval of the minutes from October 20th, 2023. Any questions or comments before getting a motion? And just to note, Latasha was not here at the previous meeting. No misspellings or anything. Now, do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Thank you, Sue. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Stephanie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No opposed. Latasha abstains. And Jim, Josh, and Farrell are absent. And Dylan. Didn't make it. You said a few minutes. We gave you 5.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Water though.
Maybe coffee wasn't exactly what he said.
On to the executive director's report.
Waiting with bated breath.
Sorry, man. Executive director's report. Hold on, 2 seconds. It's coming. This is like my
Deep
morning.
breath.
Since I first woke up, it's been like this. Let's see. All right, here we are. Thanks. So, I want to give an update on 1818 Fifth Ave real quick. So we're going to do a, thank you, we're going to do a meeting to go over the first pilot that the pilot review committee will actually be reviewing. And it's going to be a bit of a complicated one. However, we want to get that going pretty soon. So I'm going to try to reach out to everybody from the committee to schedule the first meeting to review the week after Thanksgiving. And then they're going to try to get the pilot come in and actually get it approved for the second time, the December meeting. So everybody's aware that's coming down the pike. Talked about that. And
What complicates it?
what's up?
What complicates it?
Oh, you'll see next.
It's a different type of project. So because it's micro units.
Oh, that project. Oh.
You seem really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So there's that. I think we have some board changes and potentially opening, not opening, but term. They're basically expiring for some people. So I want to make sure that I reach out to everybody that has an expiring term to find out kind of what you want to do, where you're at, that kind of stuff, and we can go from there. And then we're going to be putting together hopefully a 1-pager, 2-pager, something along those lines that kind of talks about what we've done in the year and sort of all the economic development benefits that the IDA has brought. Put it into some sort of, I don't know if it's going to be a mailer or something we put online, but we'd like to start to actually take credit for some of the work we do. Because I think part of the problem is that there's not really a message that goes out talking about the benefits of the IDA. Everyone hears that there's some sort of tax break. It's not really a tax break. And I think this is sort of spurred by the last this was brought on by the last gentleman who spoke at the last meeting about, oh, well, all these tax breaks, and it's like, no, we're actually generating $2.6 million in tax revenue that's not currently being generated. So I think that that might help if we can put a total number on all the pilot deals, all the money that's now going into the tax fund that normally wouldn't be going into it. I think that's going to be sort of helpful. So if anyone has any suggestions on metrics and kind of how to do this, Danae and I will be working on it the next couple of weeks, and then we'll send something out to you guys so you can have a draft and review it, and then we'll try to put it out either in the new year or...
So a more beautiful version of a Paris report.
Yeah, or we'll just give them the Paris report. Yeah.
That's hard to read.
Yeah, it's tough, yeah, that's right. That's it for executive director's report.
I just want to, like I said earlier, it's a weird month of meeting is the 15th.
Right.
It's very early in the month for us.
Right.
Okay, thank you, Dylan. That concludes the executive director's report. We have 2 items on new business. We're going to start with, Dylan's going to give us an overview of 2 projects that we're looking at for funding. First is the economic impact study with HR&A Associates.
HR&A, yeah. So HR&A we've worked with a number of times. They were also the ones that helped us with DRI. We have a really good relationship with them. So here's where this really comes down to. We've now funded the BOA twice because we had to give them initial money that the city wasn't going to provide in order to have them actually resubmit after the last submission wasn't up to snuff. And it was basically given back to us to improve. So we re-engaged CHA, who did the work with us. During that amount of time, they tried to find somebody to do an economic impact study, which is part of the submission requirement, and they were getting back numbers that were significantly higher than they had been in the past, and also they didn't have the time to do it. So they were planning on basically spending that money themselves to do it as part of their proposal. They had $20,000 basically secured for that. So I spoke with them, and HR&A stepped up and said, look, we'll do it, but we're going to do it right, and it's going to cost a little bit more money, especially because we're looking at certain things right now. Let's say like transactions that are in the South Troy area. So we'd like to actually have a pretty robust economic impact study as part of it. It's going to pay us dividends, I think, down the road. So HR&A is going to do it for $50,000. So we're going to put the $30,000 that are missing, the $20,000 hole. So essentially, it's going to be a separate contract for us, which I've attached to this, a separate proposal, that will allow us to hire HR&A directly for the $30,000 piece of it, which is basically the second phase of this whole study. They're getting started right now on phase 1. That's being paid for by CHA. We'll be paying for phase 2. And at the end of it, we'll have a pretty robust study on it. I'm excited to be working with HR on it.
I mean, I wasn't here for any of this. Some people might have been, but they did the downtown revitalization.
The DRI.
And Wood Monument Square.
Yeah, we hired them from One Monument Square. I was first connected with them back by the CDFA, which is the Council for Development Finance Agencies. And they're, without a doubt, the best consultants in economic development I've ever worked with. So I think they're definitely worth the squeeze.
Any questions or comments for Dylan on the resolution to authorize the engagement with HR&A for $30,000, up to $30,000? If not, do we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Thank you, Sue. Second.
I'll second.
Stephanie, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Nope. And we have Josh and Sue Farrell absent.
Will they give us a presentation, or how does that work?
They typically don't give a presentation.
Okay.
We can ask them if they can give us, they'll give us a report.
Okay.
And if we want to ask them to present, I'm sure they won't mind. Brett, the main guy, actually lives down in Kingston now. They're all working remotely, so they were typically in the city, and then after COVID, they all kind of relocated, and so some of them are actually up in the area now.
Were they ever in any of the public reviews for like Monument Square? Like they had the Art Center, did they visit some, or was that?
We hired them to do like an independent deal analysis for
different,
us.
Yeah. Okay, on to the next item of new business, the Safe Streets Project for All, funding request again for Dylan to review with us.
So, thanks to the city council members that are here for helping us get that through city council. This is the funding actual aspect of it. It's to work with a consortium of different municipalities and organizations that are in the region to create a regional safety plan, safety action plan and vision for safe streets in the area. So that includes a $1.2 million grant, I think, from the feds that goes to CTRC, the transportation group that used to be CDRTC. They're called something else now. So this is to fund I think it's 20,000 or 25? $25,000 match that we have to provide to CTRC to match their $1.2 million. And every one of the municipalities that's basically involved in the study, includes Albany, it includes Saratoga, it includes a whole number of them.
Waterloo and Green Island.
Yeah, Waterloo. That's only some of them. There's more than that, too. They all have to match as well. So that provides the match to the $1.2 million. And we're going to have a role in the study. Hopefully some of our intersections that are biggest problem intersections will be looked at and then sort of studied and then given a sort of model for what a safe street looks like in a safe intersection, and then that will be used in the report to demonstrate for other places to be repeated again. So the idea is to have a set standard of what intersections should look like in the future. And we have some areas and intersections that have been problematic, and I think they recognize that and want to do work here in Troy, so it'll be helpful. If you have any intersections in mind already, I'll gladly take them and hand them off to Angie, but I'm sure this is about people getting struck on bikes, this is about people getting struck pedestrians, it's about accidents, that kind of stuff. So if you have anything in mind, let us know.
Go Hoosick Street.
Yeah. I don't think anyone wants to touch Hoosick Street, but yeah.
You need elevated above all the rest of the way, from Hoosick Street over top of everybody.
How do you pick one intersection on Hoosick Street?
Exactly. That's
get
why I
all
said
bad.
Hoosick Street.
Just one question, the $25,000 from Troy, the total for state and local funds is $288. Like, there's no expectation that this is gonna come back any more funding to meet that amount.
No, I mean,
This
is not like the BOA being done specifically for us.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna have to go back to everybody and ask one, like, they're not gonna do that.
That's, okay, that's just checking, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Great. Any other questions about the, project for Dylan while we're reviewing it? Otherwise, a resolution to authorize the funds to participate in what's the acronym? The Safe Streets for All program, for a $25,000 match paid out by the IDA. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Jim. Do we have a second? Thank you, Albert. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. And just, Josh and Sakura left.
There's one more thing on the back. Danae, we already approved Verity's, I think this was a year ago, right? Their $6,000.
Yeah, I think it was in April.
In April? Okay. So we attached on the back of this an invoice from Verity Engineering for additional Second Ave work that was done as part of was it?
This is on the 101st and 103rd.
Oh, right, as part of, right. So Steve sole sourced them to come in and do some planning for the bike route on a shared road for the river walk that would be extended up in Lansingburg during that sort of, I don't know the exact streets, but it'll be on Second Ave essentially. They did the work, and we just have to agree to pay it basically. But since we've already passed a resolution to do this, it's just letting me know that we can go ahead and pay it.
So no.
I don't see you said there was an invoice, this,
It's just a
I took the invoice out,
Oh.
we already approved it.
Gotcha.
This is more like with their design that they came up with.
Okay, this is the design that
I believe so.
we have yet to pay for it, right?
Yeah, this is giving us,
Between 101st and 103rd.
Right. I'm glad she reached out because we didn't know this existed.
yeah, I think there was a delay for some reason when they first got approved it.
Okay.
So this is informational only?
Yes, I believe so. We just need to pay them, right?
Yeah, we had a resolution a long time ago.
But,
Okay.
a while back.
Okay. So yeah, I guess it's just for your information only. Great.
Includes old business. On to financials. Matt?
to our first report statement of financial position. As of October 31st, the total assets are $1,276,464, with $1,107,403 in cash. We had $11,241,601, fund balance of $1,034,863. There are no significant changes in the statement of financial position for the month of October. Lastly, our last report statement of activity. On October, we had a surplus of $8,209.67. Largest source of revenue was an application fee from the 1818 Fifth Ave project, and the largest expense was the monthly account fees.
Thank you, Matt. Any questions or comments from Matt regarding the financials?
It's, there's a receivable here for $87,000?
Yes, so there are two outstanding pilots.
For who?
One for me, one for Fitzgerald.
I don't know if you saw the article in the paper about the factory, but
What's going on with them?
they're in bankruptcy.
Oh,
No,
Oh.
they're being sued by their bank,
Oh, sorry, being sued by their bank.
which
I
may
didn't-
lead to the thing you mentioned, but we'll see.
Yeah.
right.
Our approach may be to just exit the IDA pilot and get out of the way. There's only a year left on it
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
so there's not much inherent value, and I don't think our bandwidth
We don't wanna get drawn.
needs to be tugged into that stuff, so I'm gonna be talking with the lender council and the cookie factory council in the next couple of days, and hopefully we find the path of least resistance, so.
So who's the other one?
Fitzgerald,
What's going on with them? How far behind are they?
it's just the 1 month.
Oh, okay.
Late fees and assess and all that.
That's the storage place? Gerald OZ?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Eddie's.
Oh, no way, really?
Hmm?
Does this happen often in Fitzgerald, or is this the first time?
Has anybody talked to them, or?
Not about this.
No, with late fees.
I
Excuse
talk to
me?
them often, but I didn't know that they were behind. Okay, I'll reach out to them, find out what's going on.
Just an email with a late fee was sent at this
Okay.
point. Okay, so we'll get updates on those for next meeting. Do we have a motion to approve the financials?
I make the motion.
Thank you, Over.
Second?
Thank you, Sue. All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed? And just, drop the two after. Great. Quick one, guys. Who's gonna do it?
Wow.
Jim,
Fast, yeah.
it's yours.
Who wants a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
We have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.